Hello and welcome back to London Cycle Routes. Today I'll be showing you how to cycle from Wood Green in North London to Seven Sisters. This ride takes about 7 minutes and you can do the whole thing on quiet streets and protected cycle lanes. By public transport, the same journey takes around half an hour, so cycling saves a lot of time. If you find this video useful or you just enjoy watching it, then make sure you hit the bell icon and subscribe to the channel, as I try to post new videos just like it every week. I'd also like to say a big thank you to those of you who support the channel on Patreon. If you don't already and you'd like to support as well, you can find the link in the description. Okay, let's get going. So we're starting in the middle of Wood Green High Road, and the first thing we do is use this toucan crossing, which you're allowed to cycle over, and we head for Gladstone Mews, which is this slightly dingy looking path. It's not the nicest place to cycle, but it does get us off the main drag and through to the back streets, which we'll be using today to get through to Seven Sisters. A quick note about Pelham Road, which we're on just now. Although it's one way, there's actually a contraflow lane to the other side of the cars on the right there, running alongside the pavement, so when you're doing this route in the opposite direction, you use that to go down. It's not the best design and could do with reworking, but you can still do it. Because of the layout of the streets around here, there's no through traffic, which makes it a pretty nice place to cycle, although on Pelham Road in particular, you can run into cars which are trying to access a car park there. Regular viewers may notice that for the first time this video is available in 4K. A lot of people requested that. I hadn't been able to do it before because the files are so huge and I just didn't have the storage. But thanks to the people who contribute to the Patreon, I was able to invest in more storage. So I will be shooting in 4K from now on, although I do still have quite a bit of footage to get through that I shot in 1080p, so it won't be that all videos are immediately 4K, but we will be transitioning to a 4K channel. Do let me know in the comments below whether you can see a difference or not. Now, at the moment, we're following an old London Cycle Network route from the 1990s, noughties called London Cycle Network Route 54, and this route is nothing special. It's really just a load of signs pointing you down back streets. But what's changed in the last month is that Haringey Council has recently put in a new low traffic neighbourhood in West Green, Bruce Grove, and this is a huge low traffic neighbourhood, and it turns this cycle route from actually quite a terrible just signs pointing you down streets to an almost completely traffic free route. If you need help with wayfinding, you can see just on the right in front of that school there's a blue sign, and we're going to be following those blue signs for the first bit of this journey now. Previously they really meant nothing, but now because of the LTN it's actually a really good cycle route. A low traffic neighbourhood simply removes through traffic from an area of town by putting in point closures that cars, vans and trucks can't go through, but people walking and cycling can. That's either done by putting in bollards down a street, or maybe putting in a no entry sign and then enforcing that closure with cameras. And that's what's happening up ahead. This particular closure is actually, that we're about to go through, is actually what we call a bus gate. So it says no entry for motor vehicles except for local buses. So bus routes can run down here. It's also a form of bus priority because they can't get stuck in traffic anymore. You can see on the right here this black BMW was waiting at the filter, unsure what to do. And you can't see it in the video, but they actually in the end decided to drive through, so they'll be getting a fine in the post. This particular LTN, Bruce Grove West Green, is brand new, and I have to say I cycled around here all Saturday afternoon and compliance with the filters was extremely low. I saw a lot of cars driving through the filters. That's kind of to be expected when they first go in. People driving generally don't realise that they're going to get caught, even though there are big signs up saying enforcement cameras live. But once it's bedded in, they will work it out. They'll take different routes, and also sat-navs will get updated and stop sending people this way. But given we're very early into the implementation of this low traffic neighbourhood, it's fair to say that traffic in this video is slightly higher than it will be once the whole thing has settled in for a couple of months. That said, it is still, as you can see, already very quiet, and we really haven't run into much traffic. This is a great cycle route that you could honestly take kids down now, and that was not the case before. Hopefully, the scheme will also just generally reduce traffic in the surrounding area by encouraging people to switch their mode of transport. So you may have noticed at the beginning of the video, but it takes half an hour to get public transport between Wood Green and Seven Sisters. It takes only 7 minutes to cycle or drive it, but cycling wasn't really an option for most people because there wasn't a traffic-free route. So is it any wonder that so many people were driving the journey and that there was so much traffic on the roads? Now cycling is a safe option for more people. Hopefully we'll see more people switch to it. And that'll have benefits for everyone, just in the form of less traffic overall and less emissions. There's increasing evidence from other LTNs around London that have been in for longer that is what will happen. So I really hope it happens here in Haringey. Now, eagle-eyed viewers will notice that we're no longer following Route 54. Instead, we're actually following the route of CS1, or the grandly named Cycle Superhighway 1. As you can see, it wasn't much of a cycle superhighway, it's really just the letters CS1 written on the road. But now it's a traffic-free route. Again, thanks to the Bruce Grove West Green LTN. Yeah, this LTN is so big that it improves several routes, both east-west and north-south at the same time. And in this video, we are using 2 of them. We're using them for a relatively local trip within Haringey, but you can also use them for much longer trips because they plug a hole in the city's cycle network at large. And I'll have some videos coming out in the coming weeks showcasing that, so make sure you hit subscribe to see them. You probably noticed that we've actually just left the LTN now, and we're on one of the LTN's boundary roads, that's Phillip Lane. So this is the main road, there are no filters on here, and it's flowing perfectly freely. And we've also benefited from these really nice semi-protected cycle lanes on here, which I think are really quite decent. Now we're going to use this zebra crossing to cross the road, but make sure you wait. As you can see, motorists do not necessarily respect it. It then puts us on the creatively named Town Hall Approach Road, which I think is ripe for renaming. Maybe there should be a competition or something like that, because come on, you can do a lot better. This street is only for buses and cycles, so you're not going to run into any through traffic. Now we go on to the shared pavement here, and this, believe it or not, is the continuation of Cycle Superhighway 1. It really was a terrible route, and although bits of it have been slowly improved so that bits of it are now quite good, this bit is not one of them. I dismounted here, but you don't need to, you can just cycle down it. This path here is fine. Unfortunately, it doesn't continue like this the whole way, and it sort of splits and gets bisected by trees, and yeah, it's odd. I'm not continuing the route down this street, although you can go a little bit further south and end up by, say, Seven Sisters Station. But yeah, I'm going to leave it here on the high road, and thank you very much for watching that, guys. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Let me know what you think. I think that LTN, Bruce Grove West Green, is fantastic, and it just opens up so many routes, and I've got a lot more videos coming up featuring it. Really interested to know what you guys think. And yeah, thanks very much to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon. And if you'd like to join them in supporting it, you can find the link in the description. You can also download a map of the route in the description. But above all, thank you for watching, and see you again next time.